Hey, 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 welcome back to another live stream, which I need to share, so give me 3 seconds. Cause I still don't have this set up. Cause I'm a mess. Just kidding. Alright. Cool. Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 live stream where I try to figure out what the heck I'm doing most of the time. And I had the wrong thing posted there, but so here's our Trello. Hey Auriculus, or Auriculus. Hi. Sorry if I said that wrong. Auriculus. Yo Frosty, what's up? So I can't see with this lamp in the way, but I'm making a parkour system if you're not familiar with it, where you can run around, sprint, you know, vault, which that's a work in progress. Hey Anish. Hey Final. I don't know how to say your name, so sorry. But thank you. Finala. Not sure, it's interesting. So we have this crouch, we have slide, this is just a recap. And then we have wall running, but I disabled it because it's weird. It's not working, but. Hey holographic squid, hey Singleton, welcome everyone. Cool beans. And in the last video or stream, we were working on the wall running, so it looks pretty good now. Pretty smooth for the most part. I don't know, it just fixed itself after the end of the last stream. Sometimes it messes up a little, but I think it's fine. So if we don't sprint, it looks pretty nice. Oh, that's one of the issues. I don't know why that happens, but hey Gamma 16, welcome. But that's basically what we did last time. I'm not sure what conditions need to be held in order for that weird jump to be triggered. Sometimes it just happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm kind of tired of working on the wall climbing. So let's do something else. Yeah, that looks okay. Some changes are needed. I actually think I should refactor this whole thing because, you know, it's kind of weird. Just a lot of dependencies on certain things. So if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, then this, and it's just a big mess everywhere. I think in this case, for like a parkour system, a state machine would be a good idea. And a state machine is basically, you have different like states for different things. So maybe sliding would be one state and another state would be wall climbing. Hi Juicebox. Comfy. Thanks. I actually dyed it a long time ago, but apparently it's been like changing colors the more I wash it. Like I don't know if it gets lighter. I don't know, but the guy I went to is so good. He uses like vegan or like, I don't know vegan, but like natural products for your hair. So like no chemicals. It's pretty good. Anyways, I was saying a state machine would be a good idea for this parkour system. So we can also like decouple some stuff here. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now, but hey Learn, no, I'm using visual scripting. No C++ yet, at least. Maybe in the future. I don't think I feel comfortable with that yet. Can vegans eat meat? No, that's not how it works. But yeah, state machines are good for kind of decoupling the code. And since like for our parkour system, everything is kind of a state. So you're either like walking, or you're idle, or you're jumping, or you're wall running. I think it'd be a good choice to do. Yo, Geek Zebra, welcome, welcome. Thanks for your help on the next video preparation, by the way. So the next video I was actually pretty stuck on because Unity's code is kind of buggy. Who knew? And Geek Zebra helped me out prepare for the next video, so I still have to finish some stuff before I record it. But it's gonna be cool. Hey Glacius, have I thought about NFTs? I mean, I've thought about it, but I'm not really into them. I mean, honestly, like paying absorbent amount of money for like a little art thingy virtual doesn't really appeal to me. I guess that's the art part, but there's also, no, yeah, I don't know. It's also really bad for the environment. And I still don't really understand. Like, I get it, but I don't get it at all. Like paying $500,000 for a little pixel art thing made by someone in like 5 seconds just does not make some sense to me. But whatever. Alright, so what to work on? So I was working on this wall climbing, and the next thing was, you know, sliding down a wall if you can't climb over it. But maybe I should make all the walls climbable, if that makes sense. Like, for example, let's see. Here I have some of these diagonal walls and the character can't jump over them or wall climb over them. But in an actual game, I don't think I'd have like these diagonal walls, because I'd want everything to be, you know, parkourish. But what if the wall's really high? You know, you don't want the player to be able to run forever. So I guess we'd need to slide down it. But I don't really know if I want to work on that because I'm kind of tired of the wall climbing. I was looking at the animation pack I have, and there is this animation. There's like a, I don't know where it went. They don't really have a good looping one that you can fall. Ah. For example, we go to like a wall run. Would you be open to talking about working with an artist to create NFTs in a game? That seems like a lot of work. I have a lot on my plate already. But thanks. I don't know what you're saying, Iba, but hello. Ilba, but hello. I'm wondering if I put my live stream here so I can read it better. Or maybe another tab. I don't know. I can't see the chat very well. My live stream here so I can... Okay, can you guys hear the music well, by the way? Said this microphone is like in the way. I can't really see it. But then if I move the microphone, you know, you won't be able to hear me well. Alright, I guess I'll just keep looking down awkwardly. I want to ask that what you do for Ubisoft, do for Assassin's Creed, do they also select all the walls manually which are climbable? Comfy, I'm not famous, but thanks. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm not gonna Google Translate what you're saying right now. I'm not sure what you're asking Mohammed about. Alright, so what should I do? Should I do a sliding? I feel like that's like not a priority right now. I want to get the basics of the parkour system. So then we can refactor it into a state machine, right? So the basics are the sliding, the wall climbing, the wall running, which is not working, the vaulting. So I think the next two steps would be making the wall running work, not climbing, running. So I'm using climbing to differentiate between horizontal and vertical wall traversal. So climbing is vertical, going up a wall, and I'm using running to like go to describe going horizontal on a wall. I'm kind of bad with words today. I don't know why. But I get some water here. Okay. I feel like I'm not famous or rich yet. Wow. You don't feel rich, or? Yeah, as Geek Zebra said, do you need it to be happy? I don't know, like if... I'm gonna get off topic again. Okay, so wall running or vaulting should we do? Wall running is just not working. Vaulting is very buggy. Who votes for what? Should we do wall running or vaulting? Choose your character. Vaulting is this thingy. See? It's not working. Because it uses root motion and I'm not really doing good calculations on when it should be triggered. And you can also do it in like bad moments like this. It just vaults, unfortunately. And then wall running, it's running against the wall, which doesn't work. Hey Juan, how are you? Collectibles. I just want to get the mechanics working first before I do anything else fancy. And refactoring, because the code looks horrendous. Or maybe I shouldn't even refactor it as a visual blueprint system. Maybe I should refactor it into C++ code. Straight up. I don't know. That decision should be made later on, because I'm not. Okay, someone says vaulting. I can't guarantee my C++ will be good, because I haven't used it in a while, but... Okay, so we got 1 vote for vaulting. Thank you, agnostic. 1 vote for vaulting, and that's it. Alright, I guess we're going with it. Vaulting, what's up for vaulting? Alright, let's move this into the backlog. Oh, I am so sorry, I just slammed the mic. Do game studios use root motion? I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. I haven't worked in a game studio, so I don't know the exact practices, but they probably use a combination of both, depending on what they're trying to do. Vaulting or wall running, working on, but everyone took too long to vote, so we're doing vaulting. Okay, so let's do current vaulting. Vault. So I'm gonna move all of the things. So this is sprint planning because we need to be organized. This is optional. Okay, so vaulting. Okay. So this is a bug. The red is bug. Vaulting. Press spacebar. Vaulting. Alright, I don't think I have all the vaulting. Fix root motion vaulting. Wait, only vault when platform is small enough and short enough. Not to vault. Only vault when it's valid to vault. Aha. Improvement. The air conditioning turns on sometimes, so sorry for the extra noise. Tailored art. Did I put the suggestion I gave from the last video? Can you give me the suggestion again? Because I don't recall. Speaking of suggestions, someone else commented on my previous... Oh, oh yeah, this is your suggestion. That's right. You can move the transition to the climb. Let's see. Oh, I closed out the animations. No. Okay. Okay. So open up the animation blueprint, and you're saying move the transition to climb from jump start to idle. That way you can get the parabolic movement when you try to climb from jumping. I see. So you're saying here. Alright, so you're saying to do it directly to climbing. And the condition is if we're climbing. If we're climbing, we enter this state. Get is climbing. So that means I have to disable this transition, right? That's what you mean. You can move the transition to the climb from the jump start and... Okay. Cool beans. Okay. So then I will erase this and just see what happens with that wall climbing. Although I don't plan on working on this extensively, I just want to see. Alright, let's just try jumping. It looks a little floaty, but... Yeah, I think it looks more parabolic, as you say. The one from the jump loop is still needed. Okay, so I guess it depends on where you are in the blueprint. I still don't really quite understand. I guess if it's idle, then it'd just be faster to go from idle to climbing enter, right? Okay. Okay. How can I do this? Okay. F8 to eject. What the heck did I just press? Oh my god. What the heck? Oh my god. I don't know what I... What do I do? What is this shader stuff? Oh my god. I hope it goes. Okay, it went away. Woo! Yeah, I use Unity. Pretty. Okay. I'm just trying to mimic my... Okay, F8 to eject. Not eject, and then we just select our character here so we can press F8 again. Okay. And then we went directly to the climbing start, which is what you said. That jump thing happened again at the end, but I see what you mean. And then we do jump start and it just goes directly to it, right? Let's see. No. Jump. Okay. I think it works better. Extra preliminary step. Thank you. Oh, it's F. Yeah, I was pressing F1 to F5, but nothing was happening. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program, which was vaulting. And the vaulting, so for the vaulting, the way I'm doing it is that I'm using like this bottom arrow here, so the one where the knees are, and if it hits a wall but the middle one doesn't hit a wall, that means we can vault over it. So in this case I can vault over it because the bottom arrow's hitting it but the middle one is not, so it vaults over it. The issue with that is that in certain cases like here, it also triggers when it shouldn't. I think, yeah, okay. And another issue is you can do it anywhere. So you can do it from here and it'll still play it. The issue is you can't really vault over this. So I'd have to figure out a way to see what the length of this vaulting platform is, so I don't vault in the wrong direction. So it'll just jump normally as usual. Hey Zed, how are you? Hey Morningstar. That reminds me of Lucifer Morningstar from the, the Netflix series. Yeah, to check the thickness of the platform, exactly. Well said. Well said. I totally agree with you. Check the thickness. And also, you know, make it position itself correctly. Because if I do it here, it's fine. You see the legs kind of go. If I do it here, you can still... Oh, that's fine. Sometimes it like right there, the legs like go inside the platform because the character's too close to it. So somehow also positioning the player at the precise location so that the vaulting animation looks, you know, fluid and doesn't clip through the wall. And this is using root animations, by the way. So the root animation is moving it. I also, okay, let's write this down. I'm getting lost already. Only vault when it's valid. AKA check the length, check the thickness. Position character for root motion animation not to clip wall. And this is an improvement. And something else I thought of that I literally just forgot. What was it? What was it? What was it? It was pretty important. Oh. Okay. So when we like do this animation, even if I'm still pressing W forwards, like our character kind of stops for a moment. Oh man, look at this. You see it kind of stops. So like if we're going fast, you know, we want to keep that momentum. You know, I don't want it to stop. I just want it to continue going. So how can we you know, keep this momentum and not have it stop at the end of the animation? These are all questions I don't know the answer to. Keep momentum after animation has finished playing. I think the system can withstand even the most specific situations. Not yet. Well, that's what I'm doing, Zed. I'm basically checking what's in front of the player and checking if something intersects. Why don't I stream on Twitch? Because I don't really like it. Keyboard will break soon. I don't understand. Someone, Tailored Art says I can try changing the blending of the animation. Which isn't a bad idea, actually. I have no idea how to do that, but I guess I'd make a blend tree. Make a blend tree to blend between vault and running. Okay. Hey Zed, Unreal has been treating me quite okay so far. It's fun, but there's a blend time when you open up an animation. Yeah. Right here. When you click the transition, there's a blend time here. Somewhere. Oh, here. Blend settings. Duration. I had to do something similar for a client that has similar issues. I created a bunch of types of vaults, and for each type, the character would behave differently. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. A state machine would be better if I did this. Also, someone mentioned in the previous YouTube video that to transition from one state to another, if you want it to transition when an animation is done playing. So for example, this climbing done animation, I use get the time. If the time is done, then play it. I'm doing it manually. But here in the settings, apparently, automatic rule based on sequence player in state. So compile that. And I think that will just move the player, go to that next animation once it's done playing automatically. Which it seems to work. Let's actually delete this, compile, save, and see what happens if I don't do that. Oh, it works. Okay. So this is similar to Unity's, like, has exit time, check mark. So it just exits when the animation is done playing, which is wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. So let's just change this here. Click automatic rule. Ta-da. Ta-da. And I think this one maybe had it too. Yeah. So just click here, save, compile. And this one also had it. So automatic rule, okay. Now let's see, nothing messed up horribly, right? I hope. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if no, I think that's right, yeah. I don't know if this one messed up. Maybe it's because the duration is too high. Since the animation is pretty short, maybe it like doesn't give it a chance to play. Blend settings. 0.05. Let's try something lower. I feel like that messed it up. I don't know. All right, let's copy this. I just undoed so I can copy it. Okay. Perfect. Let me unselect this. And maybe I'm just imagining it. Hey Ilba, I'm in quarantine and it's ending soon. Nice. Hope it goes well as well. I used Unreal Engine in my work a little bit, but not extensively. I've mostly been using it for the last 2 months. Try not to use auto for transition. It usually only works at the end, but with the first method, you have more control. Oh, okay. So I should just go all the way back, is what you're saying. All right, I'll just do it like that then. Thank you. You live and you learn. All right, it looks normal now. All right, so vaulting. We need to get the length of the thing we're vaulting over. So we have this line trace that we're doing, which is like a ray cast. And you know, it's shooting through it and I can see the end, you know, that purple line. When I press spacebar, I can see Unreal knows, you know, the pink part is when it hits it and the purple is what's after. So maybe I can get the information from that somehow. Do I plan on making a game with this system? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's see how far I get. But yeah, hopefully I can make a little parkour game out of this. Not too sure with blending animations. I use montages and they have a property which you can change the blending. Not too sure inside state machines. I'm actually not sure how state machines work within Unreal Engine. Maybe they have an existing way to do it. An existing blueprint way. But use the time remaining ratio. That way you can set it to run when there's less than a certain amount of animation and you can adjust it. Yeah, thanks. I'm doing that for most of them now, I think. Get relevant animation time remaining. So the question is, how can I get the length of like this vaulting, this thing? Unreal, get length. Get object length from raycast or from line trace. Oops. Get object size, not length. There we go. How to get the thickness. Get the distance between the location first hit and exit hit. Multi-line trace first, getting the first point and then tracing backwards from the location of the second hit. To get the length, you can get the actor of the hit result and get its scale. Well, that'd be easier. Thanks for subscribing. Meh. Ooh, you need a line trace. Use the it's so hard to see the chat. Oh, if I zoom in a lot, actually I can see it better. Time remaining ratio. What do you mean? Hey, the CTV channel. I read it backwards. Hi, Akshat. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I can only focus on one thing. All right, I'll look into that time remaining thing soon. I get distracted easily. Let's do the vault. I'll write down the time remaining thing though. All right, so in the case of the vault, let's see, vaulting right here. So this is actually the thing to vault. So let's go back in time. So if we're jumping, if we press jump, then we do a branch. If we're not on a side of a wall, that means we're not wall running. And then we do a do once, which just runs something once and you need to reset it the next time you use it. And from there we do a branch, so an if statement. So if we're vaulting, is vaulting over wall climb, which I don't even know what this is. No, I don't. I work alone. I work alone. Is vaulting over wall climbing? What is this for? Oh, this is when you're wall climbing at the top. Oh, this is to like avoid not jumping when you're, you know, still vaulting. So if that's false, I think this was a bug I was having actually, where if I did that, then I couldn't jump anymore because, you know, this wasn't being reset. Which is kind of interesting. Now that I mention this, maybe I have to reset it like that. And let me just double click that so I can make this easier to see a little bit. All right, it's not so. Okay. So if we're not at the top of the wall, then we do a player trace here, which is just a raycast forwards. If we hit something, then we do a potential wall climb. We do a get actor forward vector. So I think this is shot from like the middle of our player, like here, where this arrow is. So we don't want to vault in that case. If it doesn't hit anything though, then we do an arrow trace on our knee arrow, which is this arrow here. And if that arrow hits something, true, we go to vaulting. So for vaulting here, I'm setting the collision enabled to be false, disabling collision, so we can actually, you know, perform the vault over the animation. Hey, Squiddles. This is just something I'm making for myself. Would you happen to be Liam, Squiddles? Because I know someone with that same username. No, it's just something for myself, you know, maybe make a game out of it and, you know, learn Unreal so then I can do tutorials. I learn by doing, so this is good for me. Then we set the movement mode to flying, which I don't... Unreal movement mode flying. I think I was following a tutorial for this. I like how they don't explain anything about movement modes anywhere for the documentation. Oh, there it is. I feel like it still sucks. Like, look at this. Ignore the effects of gravity. All right. Fair. So let's ignore gravity here. And then all we're doing here is, you know, I have two different sets of vaulting animations. And I want to pick between two different ones. So in this case, I'm just picking a random number between 0 and 1. If it's 0, we play 1. If it's 1, we play another animation. And I think this Cisco, I think they're called on YouTube. I saw their tutorial for this. And basically we just play that animation and we have a delay, which until it's done, the duration, we get the duration of the animation, we set the collision back on, the movement mode back to walking, and then we do a small delay, which I actually think maybe this is what is you know, making the character stop for a little bit. What if we put the delay to 0? Let's try. No, still the issue. Okay. I think this is just to avoid, you know, jumping again very quickly. Yeah. All right, so here we need to check this arrow trace. How... okay. So if this is false, we jump normally. So let's actually move this a little. Because I want this vaulting thing to be separate. And it's kind of not great, but let's just do this. Add one here, double click, add another one here. What do I think about Unreal Engine so far? It's quite something. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I think for certain games, it's definitely easier to get stuff done than in Unity, like these kind of games. 3D, first person, third person, they have a lot of built-in stuff. Blueprints I'm still getting used to, but I think it's becoming easier over time. I don't know how fast I am with blueprints in comparison to coding. I think Unreal has a lot of UI everywhere. It kind of makes it confusing to know where's what. And yeah, I think for certain games it's easier to use, but it has a very sharp learning curve, personally, for me. All right, so here we get this hit. What is that called? Break hit result. So we can do break hit. No. Break hit result. So we have to pass in the hit. And here we can get all of our information about what we hit. This is blue, so it's kind of hard to see. Trace end and trace start. Let's see. Unreal. Break hit result. Hey Darren. Why I can't use UE5? I don't know. Why can't you? That's it. Split the pin on the trace node directly if it fits better. Not sure what you mean. I don't know. Okay. Finally, some documentation. Or not. Okay. Wonderful. Trace end. What does that mean? This. Unreal. Yes, I don't know what you mean. Okay. I don't really know what this trace end means per se. Is this like the end of the length? Or... Okay, so... Trace end is the maximum distance your trace has reached. So in the case of this, if I press space, would it be the end of that purple? Right here? Or would it be the end of this pink? Well, let's try that actor thing anyways. So we can get the actor. Get the scale of this actor. And let's right click and split this. All right. Now the issue is I have to know what direction it's scaled in. Okay, I see. Thank you, Lee. So the issue with this approach is I have to know if it's scaled on the Y. No, wait. On the X or the Y. Because, for example, I can scale it on the X here, or I can scale it on the Y and then rotate it, and it'll still be scaled on the Y. Hey Jackie, how are you? Okay, gotcha. So that's, I don't think this is a good thing. I think this way, horrible way. Let's see what this person is doing. So to get the thickness of an object, so Unreal Engine get thick, collision thickness. Maybe not. thickness of line trace. Hey Wazwa, how are you? Hey Manju, I know how to use C++, but in Unreal I have not used it yet with this game. I can read your message, you don't have to send it twice. You can calculate based on the hit point and vertices position in the world. I'd still need to know like the end of this, like the thickness. Okay, so we do a multi-line trace. With a start and the end. If it hits something, and the length is less than 2. Oh boy. What the heck? Location. Hey 20 or chicken wing. That's an interesting name. I don't really know what is going on here. I'm trying to figure out the thickness of an object from a line trace, so we can vault over it if it's less than a certain amount. Two traces, but won't the second trace stop at the same point of the first one? If that makes sense. So the way I'm doing it now, doing an arrow trace. This is the function I made for it. Do a line trace for object. And returns the first hit. Okay, so this is the first hit. So in the multi-line one, returns all hits encountered. So does it only hit it once per... Hey, Walter. Why do I wear glasses? Because the Queen of England told me to wear glasses. If you calculated the normal vector of a hit point, you can get a hit. Huh? Hey, Burrows. Yeah, you're about to get timed out. You can check with a trigger box. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. It kind of seems hacky, but it works. Hey Bilal, welcome. Hope you enjoy whatever I'm doing. So we can put an object in front of the player. That's one. If you calculate the normal vector of hit. But that still doesn't describe how we'd get the, you know, the end of that object, the length. Thank you, Smokey. Hi, basic English. What do you mean, how many times it takes to learn it? To learn what? Practice every day. Or not every day, but a lot. Practice a lot. So that's not a bad idea. So let's put like a trigger, like a box collider. Because we are lazy. So where do we want it to happen? Something like here. Okay, so let's try box, vault, box, trigger. All right, so I'm not sure here with Unreal how triggers work. Trigger, Unreal trigger, collider. Maybe it just works. Let's try if it doesn't mess up. Okay, so it's already a trigger. Thanks for subscribing, CPT. I'm using visual scripting in Unreal. No actual writing code, more like visual. All right, so we have this vault box trigger, and if we hit something here, let's erase this. If we hit something and, you know, this vault box trigger is not hitting something, right? Oh, I can see so many edge cases arising. All right. Is colliding. Unreal box collision. Let's see what we can get from this. Box trigger. Oh, there's a trigger? What am I doing? Add a trigger. No, there's not. Okay. Yeah, in Unreal, X is the player forward. You have to see how long the animation is. No, in this case, this is not to do with the animation. I just want to let the player can only vault if the little box or the wall is short enough. Overlap event. Okay. Thank you. Overlap. Is overlap. Check with check. Is overlapping another component? Collision. Try using a Boolean variable. Do I plan on streaming Unity? I don't know. Streaming takes a lot out of me. Like, I have to like prepare for it, and it just takes a while. And I need to also prepare my Unity tutorials, so it's like, which should I focus on? Hey, Phoenix Star. Going well. We got the wall climbing kind of okay last time. Begin overlap. I don't want an event. I just want to check in this moment in time if it's overlapping with something. So an actor An actor versus a component. Unreal actor versus component. Thanks for subscribing, someone. Let's see it. Thanks, Jesh. Jesh, right? Hey, Christian. So I'm trying to... Someone made a nice graphic here. So I want to vault over an object. And the problem is, if this is too long, the player still vaults over it. And the player, like, vaults into the wall. So I'm trying to measure the thickness of a wall. And someone suggested putting a box in front of the player and seeing if it clips with something. Pretty simple suggestion, but I feel like it works. Oh, thank you, Squiddles, for the donation. That's awesome, thank you. Are you sure you're not Liam? I'm suspicious that your name is Liam. But thank you, that's really nice. The multi-line trace was the better direction. Oh, it was? Yeah, thanks so much, Squiddles. But is your name Liam or not? I feel like... Because I have a friend named Liam who goes by Squiddles. It's simple, but it works. I think the multi-line was better. But I still want to know how to overlap something, because I feel like that's important to know. Okay. Components are attached to each other, just like in Unity. An actor can be attached to components, too, which refer to the actor's root component. Okay, so the components are like the things on the actor. Hey, basic English, thank you. I'm muted. Oh. Alright. Never mind. Alright, what was I doing? Multi-line. I see. Okay, sorry. I get distracted really easily. I don't know if you've noticed by now. Oh, hits. I see. So you're saying this will return two things. The first one being the start of the wall, and the second one being the end of the wall. Right? Okay, so here we can do maybe is collision. Oh no, overlap. Is overlapping it? Oh no, but I have to provide it with something. And is it components? But I have to return a reference to this? Okay, maybe overlap capsule component. Overlap. No, I don't know what I'm overlapping. It's like I don't have a reference. Oh, or maybe I do. I have the reference here. All right. Okay. Let me try this. Isn't there a way to check if something's overlapping though if you don't have a reference to it? Like, okay. So break hit result. Right. We have the actor right here. So we can check if this box is overlapping this actor, and this returns a Boolean. And in this case, right, we want to do an AND condition. With this and with this condition. And use that instead. Okay. See, good things happen when we focus. And I'll just keep this here for reference. So if our knee arrow hits something and our box is not overlapping with anything, then we can vault. If not, we can just jump normally. All right, let's test it out. And let's actually, excuse me, go to our box and search hidden in game and uncheck that because I want to see it. Maybe you can shoot collision raycast. I'm shooting like a raycast right now. I didn't know I can use a multi-line raycast, so it can give me like multiple collisions at a time that the line goes through. I just wanted to see if this works. All right, so we have this box here. So in this case, we should be able to, or not. Wow. This isn't even overlapping though. Why isn't that working? Hit actor. If is overlapping actor. Let's put a breakpoint here, add a breakpoint. Let's play the game. Okay, we're doing this. Okay, so our condition is false. Our first condition is true, obviously. This one is not. Target is... It's not overlapping. Wait. Oh, I'm so stupid. If it's not overlapping, that's good. So we do not overlapping. Agree with the line trace. The box feels hacky. I feel like everything I'm doing is hacky, but all right, let's try it just to... Oh, I forgot to remove the breakpoint. Okay. Okay, well that works. But if I do it like this, I can't. It works. Whoa, okay, that's not supposed to happen, right? It is overlapping. And it's still vaulting. Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué pasa eso? Eso no debe pasar. Use the multi-line trace, get the first two hits and subtract from each other. And then you have distance. Okay. So the hit returns the end of the thing. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Scrap the solution. Let's use this multi-line. So let's go in here and see what we did. Let's just copy this and make another function. Oh, function. Perform multi-line arrow trace. Let's copy that there. All right, so this is a function. And we need an input and an output. Our inputs should be the length of what we want our raycast and the direction. Length and direction. length, which is a float, and a direction, which is a vector. All right. Hey, Jimmy. You're welcome. I'm glad my videos help. And congrats on your first game. That's awesome. Hopefully you can continue making a lot of more cool games. Multi-line trace. Also, someone on my previous video said I would recommend using line trace by channel and use a custom trace channel, which every actor blocks if it's runnable. So right now I'm just doing line trace for objects, and I think it's checking all the objects. Yeah, it's checking static objects, which I don't really understand why there's two of them here, but isn't that the same thing? But okay. So I think by channel, like, it's kind of like a unity tag. So you tag stuff and you ignore it if it's not tagged with it. Yeah, what game are you making? Well, if you want to share. Okay. So let's just plug in these values as we did for this one. And plug in the object types here. Draw debug type for duration. So this draws like a little debug that you can see for a certain duration. And the duration is 5 seconds. All right, so anything else? And then this is our output is the hit and an array of hit results. So go to the output, and instead of hit result, we want an array of hit results. Which, I don't know, can I do that? Why can I do that? It's like a layer mask. I see. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, it's much better to understand than a tag. Okay, array. How can I output this? An array of hit results. Vector array. Vector array. What do I think of MetaHuman? I mean, it looks friggin' awesome. It's amazing that you can like use that for free if you use Unreal Engine. I think though it's like a very specific thing. Like if you want a realistic human game, if you're doing anything else like stylized, it might not be the best approach. Okay. Unreal function output hit array result. Working with arrays. Hit result node. How can I output this value? I already did the crouching and sliding though. All right, how do I output this? Enum, nope. Structure. HIT, 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 HIT. Hit result. Damn. Yeah, you can see I have a crouch here. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. I have a crouch here. And then if you sprint and you slide, it kind of slides. This took me a long time because all of the sliding tutorials... What is that? All the sliding tutorials, like, the camera, like, went up very rapidly and it looked odd. So it took me a while to... Oh. To figure that out. The button next to the output to make it an array. The button next to hit is a drop down to make it an array. The button next to hit is a drop down. The button. Oh! Oh! Okay. Thanks. Alright. I don't feel silly whatsoever. All is well. Alright, so now we got our knee arrow. Let's remove this box because I don't want it. Okay, so we got our knee arrow, which is our... Okay, I'm taking in a vector here. Oh, for the arrow I need to take in a scene component. Oops. Not a vector. Scene component. Alright, so we take in a direction and a length. Let's put it 300 maximum. And we have this hit output. Break. Okay, so I want to check between two values, the first one and the second one. And the get their distance. So first I have to check if the length is greater than 2. Right. So if the length is greater than 2, that means we can... If it's greater than 2, it means it hits 2 things, which means that... Oh. For some reason, Unreal doesn't like let me open... Oh, it's because it's over here. Hello. So if it's greater than 2, 1 and 2, 2 points. That means we're doing good. If it's not, then it's bad. If it's greater than 2 and something else. Oh, hey Raphael, how are you? I'm kind of inconsistent with when I'm streamed, so it's not your fault. There's a wall run. I have wall run, it's just not working right now because I messed it up doing something else, but I have the logic there already. I just need to change it, but thank you. Hey, what is game? Hello, we're doing a parkour system. Crouch, slide. Right now working on the vault, which does not work. Oh, well, something like that. And wall climb. And there was wall running, but it's not working right now because some stuff is happening. Hey, Raphael. Multi-line traces return hit on entering an existing geometry. I mean, I don't know. That's what the comments are saying. So I hope. For each loop. So drag this for each loop. For each element. Okay. For each element, we want to check. Do I really need a for each loop for this? Like, can I just check the index? What? Like, why? Given an array and an index. Oh, see? There it is. We just get the index. I don't see the need to do a for each loop if we already know the length is greater than 2. But I have to make sure that there's this check running before we do this, or else it'll like freak out if we access a null value. Multi-line goes through like butter. I like butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Alright, so we have these two little things, correct? The first one and the second index. And this returns a hit result. So we get the position, get, okay, so break hit result. Here we break the hit result. Oof, this is getting spicy. Spicy. Okay, so we have the location of the hit. I think that's what we want, the location. Impact point. Location of the actual contact point with the surface. Equal to location in the case of an initial overlap. No, we want location then. Okay. So then we want the distance between two vector 3s. Which I don't really know what it is, but okay. Distance. Okay, the distance between this one and this one. Multi-line trace will hit multiple traces along the same line and ignore each of the results in the next trace. So after hitting the first point, the next one will be exit. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Okay. So we have the distance between these two, correct? And if it's less than a threshold, less than or equal to a certain threshold, which we should put somewhere. So vault thickness threshold, and this is a float. Get the float, and let's just put like a value of, let's put compile 200. If that distance is less than the threshold, okay, so I want to check here, you know, wait. Should I move myself a little bit? No, I think it's fine. I was moving the camera. Okay. So I think I want to check this before I do this. So to make sure we're indexing nothing. That's when you use a for loop. Yeah, but I feel like that's overkill. Hey, Mr. Bobney. Unless you have like an overlapping geo and it hits something inside your object, then the next one may not be the exit. Oh, that's a good point. But I wouldn't have anything overlapping. So I want to make sure this happens before this. So I think you can do that with a sequence node, correct? So we do this multi-line thing and then we check. I'm not executing anything. Actually, I think, okay, so we do an and boolean. So if we put this first, I think this is what gets executed first. Correct? I hope. I don't know. So if we do that, if we put this first, right? And then we check the actual distance between the 2 points. Then we can use that as our new condition. Let's remove this breakpoint. Instead of performing this arrow trace here, let's perform a multi-line arrow trace. And then let's move this down. And then we feed that into a branch here, which put this here. I'm just gonna make this a little neater. Or not. I don't like this. Okay, let's put this here. And this one like here, maybe. Click another one here. Like a little staircase. And then that's what we use for our branch. Okay. All right. And let's just bring that in just a bit. Here. Okay. Spaghetti is strong. Yes. All right. Let us hope. It did not work. Maybe the threshold is too short. Let's put a breakpoint. When in doubt, add a breakpoint. Okay. So what are our conditions? This is false. So if the length of this is greater than or equal to 2. False. Okay, so first thing is we have to make sure it actually hits something. Which is like, obviously if the length is greater than 2, it hits something, but. Alright, so let's add another and statement there. So if it hits something. Okay. And this is what we're doing. Oh, it's because I'm, oh jeez. Yeah, that's just me being silly. I don't get why this has an arrow, like, error. Oh, because here I took in a target. Scene component. Oh, okay, so I need to... I didn't actually set this up. How'd I do it here? And then the length... Add it here. Okay. Let's just remove that breakpoint. Cheers! I don't need a tutorial for vaulting, but thanks. Alright, still not working. Let's put a breakpoint. Alright, so we're hitting something. False. False. So this is not greater or equal to 2. It's only 1. That doesn't seem like it should work. Like, are you sure, Christian? I don't think the multi-line is it? It's only hitting one thing, and we have a 300 length here. All right. Turn on debug and see what the line does. It's red at the start and then it's green. I don't think it's, there's only one hit point. It's not hitting the end of it. So this person got the first hit point, then traced backwards from the location of the second hit. Or if there was no second hit, tracing back from the end of the previous trace. Back. So basically like going forwards and then going backwards. Hey devil. I'm using the object, I think. Let's see. Multi-line trace for objects. World static. The first one, the second one. Ignore self. Is it because this is ignore self? Ignore self is line trace for objects versus channel only makes a difference in what you're looking to hit. Yeah, it shouldn't. This should work if it's supposed to do that. But it's not. One thing I don't like about Unreal, well, I guess Unity kind of sucks at it too, is like documentation. Like it's hard to find stuff. I am Kizar. Welcome. Okay. This is not working, so we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to cry. Alright, let's cry here. Okay, let's ignore this. So we have this first... Yeah, I think Unity's is better. Which is like... for that to even come out of my mouth, I'm like surprised. Like, Unity's is better? Come on. Like, that's how bad it is? Come on, Unreal, like... I feel like... I don't know, I have the camera offset a little. Maybe I should like... put my face more centered in it, I guess. Oh, but now you can't see me. Okay, maybe I should have kept it. Okay. No. Yeah, line trace for objects does a line trace. Like, UE documentation sucks. They need... With all the money they have, you know, you'd think they, like, do something with it by now. Whatever, though. Alright, so we got the first one. So... I think we can do something... like this. If the length is equal to 1. This is mayhem. Unity has a visual scripting as well, but it's not as fleshed out, I think. Yeah, I hate how they don't explain what the nodes actually do. And then, I don't know, when you search up stuff in the node editor, it's like, you can't find it sometimes. It's kind of like you have to go dig for a node. Like, it doesn't come up in the search bar. Trace end. Okay. So I basically want to do this. If the length is greater than 2, get the distance. Else, if it's not, trace backwards. Qué complicado. Thanks, Devil, for coming by. My next YouTube video. Do you mean live stream or just a normal video? I'm trying to stream on Wednesdays. And then YouTube, Like, I'm trying to upload once a week, but the latest video I got stuck on. But one of the mods helped me. So hopefully soon that will be up, but I still have to fix some stuff. Because Unity's documentation is wonderful. Alright, so... Okay, let's just do break. Alright, let's do a get of the first index. If there is one, which I have to check. And then we can break the result. And we get the end trace. And I already have a function here to just do a normal trace without an arrow. So I can use that. So what they're doing is getting the end of that trace right there in the starting location and swapping it, right? Okay. So actually, I don't think I'd use this. Line trace for right here. The start would be the end, and the end would be the start. And let's draw a debug. Okay. So if that hits something, location of the hit. So if something hits that in between, it should... Ah, this is so complicated. Why is life complicated? You speak Spanish. I'm from Argentina. Yes, I speak Spanish. Español. Hi, Suleiman. I hope I said that right. Welcome. I wonder how many people are watching this. 37. Nice. Okay. So, thanks for subscribing, someone. Sky Martin. Okay, so we have this line trace for objects. And if that hits something, we can get the result, right? So let's do another break. How do I deselect this? Okay, so we do another break. And then here, we should get the location of the hit. So now we have the first location. We have the second location. So we can get the distance between them. So the distance between the first and the second location, and the first location is greater than the threshold then we can do it. All right, so let's do an and statement here. So if we hit something and the distance between the start and the end of that hit is greater than a threshold, then we can, you know, do our thingy or whatever. Okay. Ah! Warning, warning. The current value of hit is invalid. Oh wait, this isn't even connected to anything. Oh. Okay, so we need to execute this. Okay. Compile. Or not. Object type is invalid. Oh, I need to put an object type here. I'm just gonna copy this. I don't even know. Okay. I think they're just saying what objects it can hit. I don't know what the 0 and the 1 is for, really. I was just following a tutorial. Okay. You're doing it right. Just get the distance. Golden. Somehow visual coding seems more complicated. Yeah, I think it's what you get used to. I don't know the difference, how fast I would be. Like, but you'd have to measure certain things. Like, it'd be fair to say if I were using visual scripting and C# for the same amount of time, then you can measure which one you're faster in. But I have not, so I'd definitely be slower at this because I've been using it for much less time. Alright, let's fix that later. Let's just see if something happens here. That's lagging. Oh. Oh, see? Now just do that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, wow. That worked. Oh my god. That's amazing. That actually worked. On the first try. Is this not a miracle? If it's not a miracle, what is? I don't know. This is a miracle. I refuse to believe this is not a miracle. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Thanks for the help, everyone. Wow, for something to work so seamlessly is quite a... Oh, it's quite a thing to beholden. Now I'm just trying to make sure this is... Okay, maybe here. Here. Alright, nice. Nice. So, well, you can go in the Trello. Check thickness. Boom. Done. The next one would be position the character so it doesn't clip the wall. I don't think that should be that hard. And keep the momentum, which might just mean a blend tree at the end of the animation. Because currently it just kind of stops, you know, and I want to keep on running. You know, don't stop the momentum. And I don't want to clip between the wall. You see it kind of clips sometimes depending on the animation. Nice. This is great. Nice. Nice. Are you gonna make it face the direction perpendicular to the wall? Thanks, everyone. I don't know what that means, zoinks. I was gonna say it, but then I'm like, what if it's inappropriate? And I don't know what I'm saying. When did I start learning? Well, I used it a little at work, but not really extensively. Mostly just used the C++ part, not much of the UI. But I don't even think that really counts for like... I had some like knowledge of it, but really like 2 months ago, whenever I started the streams. And a little, like 2 weeks before I started the stream. And I started the stream a month ago. So let's say 2 months ago. My name is Cheese Omelette. Je m'appelle omelette du fromage. Which one is better to learn? Do you have coding experience? I don't recommend starting with C++. Unless you want to cry. I mean, if you can, go for it, but in college they started us with Java because it's like pretty easy to understand, and from there it's pretty easy to jump over to C++. Just, you know, learn pointers and all this weird stuff. But it's easier to jump from Java to C++ than just starting with C++ if you don't have coding experience. But yeah, it is time to walk my dog. But I'm very glad we got that thing working and in a reasonable amount of time. So thank you for everyone who recommended it, and for Christian as well for recommending the multi-line trace. That's pretty cool. Now I can parkour. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming and for watching this stream and for all the help. I hope you enjoyed, and keep on coding. If you ever want to hop into Unity, that'd be sick. You mean in stream? Oh, never mind, you're talking to someone else. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And well, I'll just catch you later and see you next time.